For thousands of years, humanity experienced time as a continuous flow. We followed the sun, the seasons, and the slow, sweeping shadow of a sundial. Life in early agricultural societies was task-oriented. You harvested crops when they ripened and milked cattle when necessary. The length of a working hour stretched in the summer and contracted in the winter, dictated by the Earth's orbit. Early methods of keeping time mirrored this reality. Sundials tracked the uninterrupted motion of the Earth, and ancient clepsydras measured time through the steady, continuous drainage of water from a clay vessel. As long as humanity measured time as a flowing stream, civilization remained organically tethered to the variations of the natural world. In the early Middle Ages, the Benedictine monastic network sought a different rhythm. Their daily lives were governed by the canonical hours, dividing the day into specific periods of prayer. The most logistically demanding of these was the midnight office, known as matins. The sacristan on duty bore the immense pressure of waking the brethren in the pitch-black, freezing depths of winter. Here, the old methods failed. In the unheated stone halls of Northern European monasteries, water clocks routinely froze solid, rendering the mechanisms useless. Missing a nocturnal prayer was considered a spiritual catastrophe. This unreliability created a persistent anxiety over punctuality. To schedule their devotion perfectly, the monks required an autonomous machine that could operate relentlessly, independent of nature's flowing elements. While Chinese and Islamic engineers achieved incredible feats with hydromechanical automation, their clocks were tethered to water. In the 13th century, European engineers took a different approach, powering their machines with the potential energy of a falling lead weight. Gravity provided a reliable driving force, but it introduced a new mechanical problem. Unchecked gravity is continuous. A falling weight will simply spin the gears into a blur, dumping all of its kinetic energy instantly. The solution was the verge escapement, designed to repeatedly interrupt gravity. A tooth caught a metal plate on the vertical staff, forcing a violent collision. This reversed the staff and released energy in discrete intervals, producing the first mechanical tick-tock. With the fracturing of gravity, time became a countable, discrete sequence rather than a flowing river. By the 14th century, the escapement migrated from the enclosed sanctuaries of the monasteries into the towering centerpieces of the urban town square. This illustration models the acoustic reach of the clock tower. The heavy tolling of the bells synchronized the city, enforcing curfews, opening markets, and standardizing commercial disputes. To accommodate the constant beat of the escapement, society abandoned seasonal daylight hours for a rigid 24-hour system dictated by the machine. These early machines, forged from iron by blacksmiths, were often crude. They could drift by 15 minutes a day, serving more as symbols of municipal power than as precise scientific tools. The true power of the town clock was its ability to force an entire population to surrender judgment to the objective strike of a machine. Once engineers could regulate rotational energy, scholars applied the technology to the heavens. 14th century astronomers constructed intricate analog computers, proving that the movements of planets could be mathematically modeled and physically replicated. Down in the city streets, the mercantile class applied this same mechanical logic to coordinate workshops, effectively removing sunlight from the labor equation. Urban populations internalized this rhythm. They transitioned to a time-oriented phycology, treating time as a finite resource that could be saved or wasted. This framework provided the objective infrastructure necessary for a wage labor economy. Instead of paying for the completion of a task, merchants could now pay for the renting of a worker's time. By defining the exact start and end of the workday, the medieval clock transformed the hour into a measurable, tradable economic commodity. The transition initiated by the verge escapement never ended. The technology simply scaled up in precision over the centuries. As the need for synchronization tightened, localized town time was woven into the massive global time zones required to coordinate industrial railroads. Today, our global infrastructure relies on this fractured measurement. The atomic clocks that synchronize GPS satellites and govern financial trading algorithms are the direct conceptual descendants of these heavy iron gears. We traded the organic flow of the seasons for a rigid mathematical grid. We replaced the heavy iron foliate with the vibration of a cesium atom. but the underlying structure remains identical. Medieval clockmakers engineered a shared mechanical rhythm that now synchronizes the operational capacity of the entire modern world.